I would like as first to thank you very, very much, Pietro, Daniel, Beatrice, and Andrea, that invited us to be here within this first within this first conference. Two words, curious. We set up this. I presume it was the first Italian academy, or let's say pioneer academy hub, made by 3 Italian regions that you see, and we set up just 2 years ago with the LIVELIHOOD project. This was one of our first goals. And we set up with an advisory board. You recognize some of you, of course. Andrea and the Regione Liguria were partners of the project, and we will explain later. And even representative of territorial administrations that I would like to go on. And I hope that this task will be enabled for everyone, so I can be even faster. What I will explain just now is a very small process that we had the opportunity to develop within this LIVELIHOOD project. That it is a live and new European Bauhaus project inside a PNP with just 2 years long-taking project from January 24 to January 26, so just ended. And these are our partners: university, research centers, and Pedro at the universities from Italy, but even from Primorska, of course, and Poland. This is one of the physical results that Regione Liguria will explain later. The process, what we do. As first, our first year was devoted to organize this training system made by, let's say, 3 main topics. I don't want to go inside. You have all available on our website. We organized 32 webinars. The first group was on the topic of the European Bauhaus and placemaking, and we see even the organizer, the maker, Polish partners. The second topic is green and circular construction. And the third topic is the use of wood in construction. So we made a lot of webinars that are open access, and since the beginning, I made an agreement as first with the Italian Council of Architects. This was very important because these webinars are still available on the Italian and European platform and are used by architects course CPD, not only by our students. We also organize podcasts, but we know as teacher, I'm an architect and I teach at the University of Genoa, and I know, as I said before, that it's also important to learn by doing. So we had the opportunity to develop, to organize, let's say, a winter school in Florence, and you see here the pictures, and a study visit in Slovenia organized by Abrea, and it was very successful. Of course, it was open to a small group of participants to the first phase. And then we had some pilot actions, and Beatrice will explain later, not so much, the Innovation Lab in Regione Liguria. Our topic or our goal was to try to understand if what we learned could be even put on the base in practice in renovation of social housing. So we organized an innovation laboratory that makes, you see, some round tables and experts of different fields. They had the challenge to participate to a small competition to renovate this building. And you see us, the whole group, in Imperia, that is the small city. And the winner book that was made by architects, but even by social innovators and other ISTers, decided again to launch another challenge that was to realize with a self-construction workshop. You will see and be also recorded and organized. the videos so you can even follow this process. This was very exciting for students of architecture, for even innovators that were not able to build at least, but they were able to success, and even to students of the professional schools, but they were also helped by, let's say, the inhabitants that were giving coffees and explaining and trying the seats and so on. So this was completely inside the NEB principles. So just I would like here to see who we reached, and even to thank people of different organizations that helped us in giving dissemination within the project and even later. So thanks to Roberto Mavalla, I don't know if he's here, I saw the name. Ciao Roberto. Thank you, because he was helping us in giving dissemination to the webinars that are not only in the Italian and European platform, but even in the NEB Academy platform and in the BGNEB. Thank you again to Roberto and Andrea. Of course, thank to ACE, and thank to the Italian National Council of Architects and so on, all the others. We were able at the end of the project to reach or to keep a high number of professional credits. These are just in Italy, because the European platform has some technical problems, but now they are translating not only in English, but even in Polish, in Romanian, in Bulgarian, and that they are even, the Polish partner are even make a dissemination within, let's say, outside Europe. So of course we were able to reach local, region and municipal administration, housing provider associations, so especially in Italy, but even with the purpose that was Housing Europe, business and cities at ESO. So it is a small, let's say, in my opinion, as a teacher that is working either in other European projects, future, it is a small, but I think very effective. So we really try to merge education, professionals, and even other experts of innovation in this very exciting group. So I leave now the stage to Beatrice.
Hello. Okay. Good morning to all. It's a pleasure to be here at the first NEB Academy Conference. My name is Beatrice Zerega, and I work in Regione of the Academy situation in Italy. And my presentation is focused on placemakers, and follow this innovative approach has been adopted and realized in our region through the pilot action that was implemented and realized in the framework of the project, in which Regione Liguria is part. So, placemaking is, as I said before, an innovative approach, and that is oriented to communities and the citizens, and it keeps at transforming and shaping the cities of our future, making them more sustainable and more inclusive. And the actors of placemaking are called placemakers. But who are the placemakers? We can find a definition in the book written by Elena. You can see the book in the slide, and she is a professor at the Polytechnic of Milan, and she tells us that placemakers are hybrid figures. They can be citizens, but also travelers. They can be mayors, but also environmentalists. They can be artists, but also entrepreneurs. They are not just architects or engineers or designers. They are more. They are place designers, because they want to make their ideas and projects reality and the benefit for all. So place designers promote the use of PHP solutions. We know that they can improve life quality and the psychological health. Reforestation, they promote also the restoration of ecosystems and the integration of nature into the context. We can see that the infrastructural arrangement and change is obviously important, but the placemaking is also focused on the importance of the social interaction and the cultural aspects. So, placemaker's always, often work in the context, in the rural context, in which there are many priorities or vacancies. And thanks to their creativity and their imagination, they can create new opportunities never considered before, new accessibility for all, resilience of places and of local communities, and they can improve social and the life point. Here we have other important elements, pillars of placemaking. And Elena Granata tell us an important aspect about young students and young people, because she highlights the importance to create and to think about new training methodologies that can overcome the old ones in which students just memorize text and notions and so on. So she wants to promote new education training methodologies and considering all the aspects that have just mentioned, we can talk about the NEB project. Because in this context, placemaking has been one of the three topics of the capacity building and activity. In fact, NEB project has spread the support Nebinas and that had the goal to empower designers who evolve into placemakers, enable data to undertake them projects and at the local level. But we have another important, we can say, milestone for the project, that is the Liguria pilot action, realized the last November, and we have two important moments that have been the Innovation Lab and the South Spatial Workshop. The first one was a 2-day initiatives on which 48 people met, so 30 professionals, so engineers and architects and designers, and 18 experts, so expert on innovation and social inclusion, and through a talent-based learning, they draft and they pick about project proposals for the left pilot action. But the Innovation Lab was the result of a longer path, started with the expression of interest. So the launch of 2 different expression of interest aimed at selecting the 48 people, and that were divided into 8 heterogeneous groups, and they started to work together during the magic workshop. The second moment, was the set construction workshop. So at the end of this process, a technical commission has selected the UIA project, whose name is Multicorpo Socio-Cultural Space. And the winning team has realized created the wooden installations for the outdoor spaces and the furniture made of wood for the indoor space. Because our pilot action was focused, as Giovanna said, on the renovation, requalification of outdoor and indoor spaces of a social building located in Ipeia. Ipeia is a municipality in the west part of our region, as very close defense border. And we can see that this is a real example of place making, because we have to consider the process, the Asian process, and the winning team was supported by the local community. So volunteers, young students, teachers, association of the third sector has contributed in this process. So at the end, in conclusion, we can say that the winning team and the other actors, just stakeholder, territorial stakeholder, are the real pacemakers, because they have reshaped and renovated a public space that is open to all the neighborhood inhabitants. That's it.